Hey guys, so we've gotten a few asks about what's the best way to break in a woven wrap. So I'm going to go ahead and make a video about what my favorite ways are to break in my new woven wraps when I get them. So the first thing you want to do when you get any brand new woven wrap is wash it according to the manufacturer's instructions. You never want to wear a wrap that's brand new, like straight out of the box, before you've washed it. It can cause damage to the wrap, and a lot of wraps are finished with nasty chemicals that you probably don't want your baby chewing on. If you have a wool wrap, you're probably not going to want to do any of the things that I'm going to show in this video because the friction can risk felting your wrap, so if you have a wool wrap, find another video. So the first thing that I usually do with my wraps when I get them after they've been washed and dried is braid them. It's really easy to learn how to do, and it does a lot for breaking them in. You can probably notice a little bit of a difference in your wrap after braiding it a few times. So you find one of your tapers, the end of your wrap, and you find the pointy part. So you grab the pointy part and you kind of bunch it up, and then you make a loop. And then you stick your hand through the loop, and you grab the other end of the wrap, and you pull it through the loop. And then you do it again. It's kind of like daisy chaining a wire or cable or anything, if you guys know how to do that. And this is a really messy braid, so don't really pay attention to what it looks like. Just kind of pay attention to what you're doing. So I'll show it a little slower again. So you have the loop, and you stick your hand through. You grab the other end, and you just pull it through. So that's what it looks like. It's a braid. I'm not going to do the whole thing just because it's time consuming. So you just undo the braid. When you undo it, you want to put a lot of friction on it because friction is what breaks in the wrap. So what I like to do is grab the end that I'm trying to pull through with one hand, and then grab the loop that I'm pulling it through with the other hand and squeeze the loop that I'm pulling it through really tight, and then just pull through. It's a really good arm workout if you're looking for one because there's a lot of resistance in the wrap. And that's it for braiding. The next one is a wrap donut, which starts out pretty much the exact same way. You grab the pointy end of one of your tapers, you make a loop, except you're going to make a bigger loop this time because you want to make a loop that's going to be the size of your donut. So the longer and thicker that your wrap is, the bigger donut you're going to want. If you have a thin wrap or if you have a short wrap, then you're not going to really need a big donut because there's not going to be a lot of wrap that's going to be taken up. So I kind of like to twist it a little bit so you don't have the fat end of the taper like flopping around. You just make a loop, and then you grab the other end of the wrap. This is awful. You make a loop. So, have my loop. You grab the other end of the wrap that's just kind of laying there, and you're gonna flip it over the loop and pull it through. And then once it's all the way through, this right here is the part that I just pulled through. It's kind of hard to tell because the pattern is kind of blinding. But you just grab the part that you pulled through right here and you kind of spread it out a little bit. And then you grab the end again and you put it through. And you just keep doing that over and over. And every time you pull it through, you kind of want to spread it out a little more to the side because you don't want to keep putting it in the same spot. You want the part that you're pulling through to cover the entire loop. So you just keep going. And again, I'm not going to go all the way because it's time consuming and I don't feel like making you guys watch like an hour-long video. So once you're done with the donut, it's just going to literally be a donut. You can sit on it, you can use it as a pillow, whatever you want to do to help break it in a little bit. And then to undo it, you just pull it through the opposite direction. Another great way to break in a wrap is called knot dragging. Which literally you make a knot in the wrap and you drag the wrap through the knot. So make a loop and take the taper and put it through. And then I don't do this exactly the right way. I kind of have my own way to do it. You're supposed to make a slip knot. I don't know how to make a slip knot, I will be completely honest. So I just kind of wing it and do it my own way, but it still works. So I have my knot. Not really a knot, but it still works. And then you just drag the wrap through. But you don't want to pull it through all the way because that defeats the purpose. And then you pull it through again. And you literally just keep going back and forth like that over and over until you feel like stopping. Another really great thing to do is take sling rings. Make sure that you don't have to use sling ring brand sling rings like these are, but if you're going to use not sling ring brand, make sure they don't have any like chips or like weld marks or anything in them, because you don't want to get caught on the wrap and cause broken threads or pulls or anything. So you take the taper again. Pretty much everything is going to start at the taper. And you thread it through one of the rings. Or you thread both of the rings through, actually. And then you kind of make it like, remember those old school belts that had the 2 rings, and then you thread it through like that. And then that's how it secured the belt. These rings are a little too big for this wrap, so it's not going to really work very well. But you just pull it through the rings like this. And this is really hard to do, so I don't really do this one that often, because it takes a lot of work. And I don't really like doing the rings, but it works, because it creates friction on the wrap again. And you just keep doing that over and over and over until you're done. So that's the 3 best ways, in my opinion, on how to break in a wrap. Oh, another thing, after you wash and iron a wrap, wash and dry a wrap, iron it. According to whatever the blend is, according to the manufacturer's recommendation. Steam iron really helps break in a wrap also. And if it's a textured wrap like this one, after a wash it's going to be really bumpy. So the texture, some people really like the texture in their wraps, but if you're a newer wrapper, you might not like the texture because it'll make it too hard to wrap with. So always iron it because it'll help break it in a lot. And the number 1 best way to break in a wrap is by wearing. So wear it as much as you can. Wrap over and over and over, practice different carries, just wear it, and it'll break it in. You can lay on it, use it as a blanket, a pillow, whatever you want to do. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Hope it helped. Bye.